You know, I don't ever wait for nobody to get in the room. If y'all really want to see, you know, the whole entire video, y'all can rewind it and run it back, you know, whatever. I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and you know, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers as well as my old subscribers. You know, I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they be hating on your girl. So people be watching my videos, don't want to subscribe, but they'll still watch from the sidelines. So I appreciate the ones who do subscribe, the ones who like, the ones who, you know, comment and actually interact with the channel. You know, I really do appreciate that. So, you know, thank you. I appreciate y'all. This message is basically, it's really just like, I was going through my photos, like my Google photos, you know, and like, then I was going through like my Apple photos, and I was just going through everything. And, you know, when I first contracted HIV back in 2020, December of 2020, when I found out, right? December of 2020, I found out. They played with me at my job, right? Mr. Roby pulled the little fuck shit that he pulled, turned the little fake ass 2-week notice in for me, right? And I ate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Tequila had to holler at a homegirl, the sir got me the little job at Ascension St. Vincent. So I wasn't really tripping about that shit. I filed the claim, you know, because they violated, you know, my HIPAA rights, you know, by basically posting my fucking results on the goddamn post-it board in the goddamn quality assurance office. You know, not to mention when I did the slick leg way he tried to get me to come back to work by telling me to come up there and talk to him, knowing that he was out on 2-week leave, vacation. And, you know, when I get up there, they trying to make me work. And then they try to say, oh, I came in to work and then I left work. So they that fucked up my FMLA claim. You know, then they turned the fake 2-week notice in. You know what I'm saying? I ate the shit because, like I said, I had another job lined up. I wasn't really tripping. You know, I really didn't want to be in that environment anyways. It was already a hostile-ass environment, and I was already looking for a way out before I even got, you know, diagnosed with HIV. I was already looking for a way out. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, as I'm looking through the photos and shit, I'm looking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at and seeing, like, I remember what day I actually was feeling sick. And I remember the last day, like, I'm looking at the photo of the last day that I actually donated, which was on 11/27/2020. Now, you know, those resulted back 12/11/2020. So, exactly 45 days after I got stuck. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not tripping about none of that shit. You know, I'm seeing the shit and I'm like, damn, all this shit, like, these motherfuckers really been trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's not no coincidence, dog. When too many things are a coincidence, bruh, it's a conspiracy. You see what I'm saying? Soon as I got the car, August of 2020, soon as I got the key, okay? Boom, I get the key, okay? Get the key, I write the letter about the way that they trained me, right? After I write the letter about the way that they trained me, then they invite me to come and get tested at their new job. The girl who trained me and her friend. So boom, I go up there, I get tested. The whole time I'm getting, you know, she over there setting the needle up and everything, setting her station up. The other girl, I'm talking to her, me and her chit-chatting back and forth. So I'm not paying attention to nothing that girl over there doing. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They never give me my HIV lab results. They just gave me the 20-minute rapid results initially on the first day, which was negative. And then they gave me a copy of my COVID results and told me that my HIV results was negative. But on the copy of the COVID results, it has the date 12/17/2020, which just so happens to be the date that it was fact confirmed that I was indeed, in fact, HIV positive. Okay, now these is all coincidences, right? Okay, but it's too many already, and it's just the beginning of the fucking story. It's too many. You see what I'm saying? Now, whole time, you know, Tequila all in my face, we talking. I'm confiding in her. What she doing? She running back and telling Mr. Robin them what the fuck I'm saying and what the fuck my plans is. Now, the first year, I wasn't thinking about none of that shit. I just simply ate the fact that shit, I probably contracted this shit from fucking with somebody. And the nigga just don't want to admit that he gave me the shit. So I wasn't thinking about none of that shit. When they denied my civil right, my claim for my HIPAA rights violation, I ate that shit. I was like, fuck it, you know, it just is what it is, man. I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to fight a battle that I know I can't win, which is the problem with us as black people in this society. We have become painstakingly aware of the fact that regardless of what we do and who come up against the tyrant, we can't win. So we just done stop fighting. And that's where I was at that moment. I was like, fuck it, I got another job. I fuck this shit, man. It's too much. You know, I'm out of that environment. I don't got to deal with the bullshit. You know, I might be HIV positive, and that's something I can't never take back. But I was happy just to be out that environment and to have a better job, a better employment. They was paying me more. They appreciated me more. I was happy about that shit. Now, all this time go by, I'm focused on my husband at the time, who's supposed to be getting out the penitentiary. He at work release. So I'm more focused on him than anything else because he's assured me that we're going to get through this together. Right? Okay, boom. He get out. I'm doing good. Like, I'm financially straight. I ain't hurting for nothing. Right? Okay, boom. Next thing you know, nah, my bank shit get fucked up. Bitch, my bank shit get fucked up with some fake checks and shit. Nah, my bank shit fucked up. Next thing you know, bitch try to file for unemployment under my name. Next thing you know, motherfucking, it's just all this extra shit piling up. On top of the fact that my husband done got out of motherfucking the penitentiary and he is giving me the hardest time possible. Like, this nigga made videos trying to expose my HIV positive status and everything, dog. This nigga made videos and posted them on Instagram. Tequila had to tell the nigga to put him down. Now, how would Tequila have so much pull with a nigga that she just met? And I've been taking care of this nigga for the past 12 years while he was in the penitentiary. And he don't believe shit I say? Come on, dog. Not to mention, when I first initially found out that I was HIV positive and I called the counseling services to where at my job provided, you know, just and told them everything that was going on. You know, I didn't know I had got stuck at work. I didn't say anything, you know, mainly because I had struggled with addiction. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't want to lose my job. I didn't want them to test me and find no drugs in my system and then I lose my job because I was the sole breadwinner at that point. You know, these people, instead of acknowledging my concerns, like, oh, well, damn, if, you know, it could be possible that other people might be done experience this too, because I was fresh. You know how many times they would put brand new phlebotomists on that floor and just leave them out there? You don't know what the fuck be done happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can get stuck and not know you stuck until you get home. You see what I mean? It's just like a paper cut. You don't know you got it until that hot water hit it. So with all this being said, you know, all in all, I was not aware of any criminal negligence or, you know, medical negligence. I wasn't aware of any of that. I didn't even know that the letter that I wrote had got the girl put in a position where she could either turn her 2 weeks in or get fired. I did not know that. I just was continuing on with my life, more focused on the fact that my husband had accepted my HIV positive status and he was willing to still try to build with me and be with me. And I wanted to honor that. So I was focused on setting shit up for him when he got out, right? Now, all of this leads up into, you know, some shit going on at work. Well, it's like April 2020 now. It's April 2020. I go to work, little boy coming he's supposed to be getting stuck. And he is kicking and screaming. He is all over the place. He is very, very like, he don't want to get stuck. So he kicking, he throwing a real live tantrum. And this little boy is strong. his mama holding, his grandmama holding. Both of them holding him down with all their force, and he's still bucking. I got the needle in my hand. I ain't took the cap off of it yet, but I'm holding the needle, and I'm just thinking like, Lord, it just all flashed through my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I called that counseling service back in 2020, after finding out I was HIV positive, I just wanted them to put in some proper protocols and some measures, like some check measures, you know, like really, because I knew I wasn't the only one that had probably got stuck with a needle and didn't say anything and didn't know what to do. I knew that I wasn't the only one. So when I called that counseling service, I was looking for them to, you know, try to save the motherfuckers that's coming behind me. You know what I'm saying? And these people referred me to a motherfucking mental health hospital where they diagnosed me as bipolar and PTSD and with PTSD. Now, when they came and got me from my house, you know, the motherfuckers came with the police and arrested me and took me to a mental health hospital, dog. So I'm calling y'all a counseling service provided by my employer, at which I believe I have gotten stuck by a needle and might have contracted HIV. Nah, I get it. Bitch, like, damn, your story is all over the place. Yes, it is, because I did not know when you get HIV, you don't know where you got it from. If you work in the medical field and you done got stuck with anything, you done been exposed to any type of biohazard materials, you could possibly be done contracted some shit and not even know it. And COVID was fucking ridiculous, dog. Like, that shit was ridiculous, bruh. So, never being in the medical field, just being trained as a phlebotomist, barely getting trained, and being left on the donor floor by myself with hundreds of donors. Come on, bro. That's not even a safe working environment. That's not even proper healthcare ratio. Healthcare staff member to patient ratio? Are we not paying attention to any of that, huh? Instead of y'all acknowledging any of this, what do? Y'all send me to a mental health hospital. And then y'all not only send me to y'all send the police to come get me and put handcuffs on me like I was a criminal, like I had committed a crime. Then I go back to work and they talking about donors coming up. Oh, y'all letting people with HIV working. How the fuck do these donors know this? Everybody knew before I knew. And then when I found out, all I was trying to do was the right thing. Admit my error and hope that it could possibly save somebody else in the future. And they criminalized me. And when I went to that mental health hospital, I let Tequila hold my car. And Tequila went and visited Kareem on his job during his break while he was at work release. And I'm sure they had a good conversation. And I'm sure that's where they formed their alliance. I'm positive. And not only did she go and talk to Kareem, she went and she took my mama back and forth to work each day. That's the whole reason why I left my car for her. Because I knew I hadn't called that counseling service, and I knew that I hadn't told them people I was thinking about death. I mean, who the fuck does not think about death when you're diagnosed with HIV? Even if you're diagnosed with cancer, you think immediately, first thought is death. And I don't want to die, and I'm not ready to die. And I got a lot of shit I want to do that I haven't done. Those are the first three things run through your mind. Damn, how long I got before I die? I don't want to die. And it's a lot of shit I have not done that I want to do before I die. Ask anybody who's been diagnosed with any terminal illness and they'll tell you the same. I'm not making it up. I'm not insane. And I'm not suicidal because of it. I'm fucking facing reality. I just been diagnosed with HIV. Nigga, I'm gonna die. And I don't wanna die. And it's a lot of shit I ain't did that I wanna do before I die. Those is honest admissions to self. So to send somebody to the hospital, to send them to a mental health hospital by way of having the police come to their home and arrest them and take them to the hospital, I was barefooted. They wouldn't even let me put no shoes on before they was trying to come in my house and search my home. What I look like? I smoke weed, nigga. I'm not finna let them in my house. Y'all already arrested me just for acknowledging that I was thinking about death once being diagnosed with HIV. And, you know, the fact that the people who referred me to this mental health hospital and called the police on me, and I know, Tequila, you called the motherfuckers too. I know you did. Because after I got off the phone talking to that counselor and she told me they was going to send the people over there to she told me they was coming to get me. She didn't tell me they was going to put handcuffs on me, though. She ain't tell me they was going to try and come in my home and search my home for weapons and drugs. So, in knowing that I'm getting ready to get checked into a mental health hospital, fully aware, fully willing to get checked into a mental health hospital because I know I need to process my grief. And that's the safest environment to process your grief. Because at home by yourself, ain't no telling what could happen, right? Right? That's honesty to self. Nobody else was there to be honest with me. I had to be honest with myself. Okay? So when y'all formed y'all alliance and decided it was fuck Jessica, and I got out that hospital and I got that new job and I held that shit down like it was nothing. Real talk, I did better after getting diagnosed with HIV than I had done 4 years prior to that. Real shit. It was like I got my fight back. You know, I knew some shit was going on, but I didn't give a fuck. I just was trying to survive it. So I didn't pay attention to the people talking. I didn't pay attention to the slick shit Kareem was doing. I didn't pay attention to the slick shit Tequila was doing. I didn't pay attention to all the slick shit. I just wanted to go on with my life. I just wanted to go on with my life and to be accepted as who I am instead of being looked down upon because of my status. That's all I wanted, was to live. Check off some boxes on my motherfucking bucket list. That's it. So that's what I started doing. Kareem got out the end of 2021. When he got out, he pulled some stunts and fucked me over on some money. And he did a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of handled that shit. Like, I really ate that shit and just was like, you know, I understand that he hurt. I knew he was hurt. I was hurt too, shit. You know what I'm saying? So I took it. I ate that shit, you know, and then I started putting distance, like, between us as far as our relationship goes. Like, okay, that's when in April, no, the end of 2021 is when he got out. Boom. Beginning of 2022, I caught COVID, and I had to take some time off. And my bank account got compromised, and, you know, I ended up $7,000 in the red at ViStar. Bitch tried to motherfucking file for unemployment under my name. Just a whole bunch of different shit, you know, like, that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed like it was all happening right after Kareem got out, right? You know what I'm saying? And it just, you know, I I didn't want to blame him, but I couldn't help but to blame him. Because I was stable the entire time he was in prison. And then all of a sudden you get out and now all this shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So I held him accountable, but at the same time I showed him some empathy, you know, and I was like, we ain't gonna be together. You know what I'm saying? Because he pulled the whole shit by trying to have sex with me and then afterwards telling me he put his life on the line, but you knew I was HIV positive before you had sex with me. And you know I'm taking my medications and you know I go to the doctor and get checked up. So why would you throw that in my face after you had sex with me just to be able to use it? Like, I didn't come to you to have sex with you. You came onto me. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, we finna really work towards, you know, healing this relationship. This our second chance. That was our second chance. Because we didn't get a chance the first time around. And I wanted to believe in love. I wanted to believe in our love. I wanted to believe you was more than what it was. I did. I held you in such high esteem, dog. You do not even know. You don't even know. And you will never acknowledge that I went to bat for you. And I know you won't, so I'm going to acknowledge it myself. I did that. And regardless of who might publicly admit it, it's some niggas out there that seen me do it that respect me for it. You got to say it in public. I know it. I seen the look in these niggas' faces when I did what I did in these streets. I seen the laughter turn to admiration. I seen it with my own eyes, so ain't nobody got to say it. I seen it. So, boom. It's like April 2020. You know what I'm saying? Karina pulled all the little stunts he done pulled and basically ran through my whole little savings and ran through the money he had saved. And he just ran through shit. Like, he just was, I guess, you know, he was trying to live his best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Seeing pictures of me and it always looked like I was doing good and in a good place and, you know, comfortable. I could imagine that, you know, yeah, you might develop some resentments. Like, damn, she just out here living her best life. I'm in here in prison. I get it. I get it. But I was never happy. I might have had a smile on my face. I might have was proud of myself for my accomplishments, but I always wanted you with me. I always wanted you. I wanted to share it with you. I wanted to share it with you. You had to open my eyes to some shit before you went to prison, and I wanted to show you what I did with what you gave me. And I damn near killed myself trying to prove that I was worth the knowledge that you dropped on me. But the truth about it is I was worth it in the first place because God made you give it to me because he knew I was worth it. So I filed for a divorce in April of 2022. I kind of got through the rough patch, you know. They gave me like my boss at work, Miss Shanna, she worked with me. I mean, she worked with me. That's why I say I'm disappointed that I took that other position at St. Johns County because even though I wasn't nothing but afloat and I wasn't getting benefits, I was getting hours and my paychecks was nice. And I was able to stay afloat even through the fuck shit that was going on financially with my bank account and just everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? I was able to stay afloat because they was giving me the hours I needed to do so. So, you know, shout out to Miss Shanna and shout out to Miss Erin and shout out to Miss Kathy and, you know, Melissa, Marcelina, you know. I know y'all ain't really understand what I was going through at the time, but y'all was there for me, and I appreciate that shit. It meant a lot. I know y'all didn't know And I know I didn't tell nobody because I didn't know how to even tell myself at the time. But y'all showed me love. Even though I was like, I was fucked up. Just trying to face everything. Trying to accept myself. And, you know, y'all encouraged me, like Miss Kathy, Melissa, Marcelina, y'all encouraged me. I know it wasn't always peaches and creams and shit between us, but y'all encouraged me. Y'all heard my music, and y'all was like, girl, put that shit out there. And so I did. So I put it out there. Next thing you know, I got into fucking DJ Khaled Next Up competition through Orbit. And at the same time, when I got into the competition and shit, I had basically went and entered into another competition too. And then I started also, you know, because I was hanging around Tequila and she was doing the whole edible shit. And like, I was, you know, I respect her hustle. And I was like, damn, I need to just go ahead on and just start with my with my Neo shot shit. Like, I need to just go ahead on and start with that shit. And I was going to call it Health Shots at first, but then I seen somebody else got named Health Shots. And they got a product out already with Health Shots. So I had to, you know, change the name. You know, I hadn't invested money like that first year. I was focused on, you know, maintaining, but I hadn't already been writing. You see what I'm saying? Like 2021, I spent that whole year writing about what all was happening to me. So I wrote 150 pages. I got a whole fucking book. I paid a ghostwriter to edit my material. They didn't do nothing with it. I paid them and they didn't really do anything. They really didn't change anything. They really didn't make anything better. So I was like, God damn, I don't got no more money to put into that right now. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of let that shit sit on the back burner. Then once I started focusing on my product and, you know, I was still working and I'm in the contest and I'm doing all these different things, I started my LLC and everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, and like I said, this was back when I was still putting juice in the shit. Okay? So next thing you know, bomb, Nigerian nigga just pop up from out of nowhere. He sent me flowers and shit. Now, as I'm looking through these pictures, I'm looking at the dates. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on. I filed for the divorce in April. Between April and May, I think I started having like car issues. And I took my car in for an oil change and they changed the whole transmission out. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of different things that was going on around me. So I still was really just like, okay, a nigga gave me this shit. I can't get them to do an investigation of whether or not I actually did. They won't even review the tape of whether I actually stuck myself at work. You know, they won't even review the tape. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't really, a bitch giving me this shit medically, it was not even in my mind at that time. I'm just trying to maintain and accept me for me, right? And as soon as I start checking off some of those boxes on my bucket list, here come this Nigerian nigga. Now, I'm cool with conversating with the nigga because the nigga cool. And I want to be open, but I really ain't ready to be physically open with anybody for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't ready to be physically honest or verbally honest about where I'm at and my status and everything. So having, you know, an online fling, it was appropriate to me. Shit, I get to still communicate with somebody. I still get to be open and honest with somebody. I still get to know other people. But at the same time, I'm not physically around them. I'm not touching them. It's nothing sexual. So I don't have to worry about my status. And not only did it help me let go enough of the pain to where I actually got to the point to where I was able to be honest with this boy and tell this boy I was HIV positive. It got me to a point where I was actually starting to open up about it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, to me, it was beneficial. I wasn't, oh yeah, it was beneficial. Sometimes communicating with people is beneficial to you because it helps you see things that you wouldn't have saw on your own, right? So now I'm looking and I'm starting to realize, like, damn, the people around me really don't give two fucks about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, the Nigerian nigga, he like hinting to this shit. He like, damn, you know, why your mama them don't want you to have kids? Like, why they don't want you to be happy? Why they don't want you to do this? Why they... And he like asking me questions that I really didn't ask myself. You see what I'm saying? Now, in the midst of all of this, my car fucking up. I'm paying for the insurance on the rental car. They done had me in a rental car for damn near a whole entire month. They done started cutting my hours at work. All of this was immediately following Kareem getting on Instagram and trying to spray me. Even though he shortly thereafter deleted those videos, he still made them. They still started cutting my hours after that. You see what I mean? But I toughed it out. I filed a suit with the manufacturer for a goddamn lemon law claim, you know, and just, I tried to tough it out. I tried to make do. I tried to get in contact with, you know, the Hopper organizations that's supposedly supposed to help with shit like that. And they was just all like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And I wholeheartedly felt like as if I was at a disadvantage because I was aware that these people at this job hadn't been talking about me. And they probably had more connections than I ever have. You know what I'm saying? Probably had, you know, connections in higher places than I ever reach. You know? And not knowing that it was all a plan to, you know, criminally infect me with HIV, not being aware of that, I was unaware of the fact that I was supposed to just lay down and take it. You see? But that was never my nature, to lay down and take anything. So even though I wasn't really fighting them or spraying them, I was still fighting to survive. I was fighting for my life. So all the financial, you know, roadblocks that they put up, all of the, you know, employment roadblocks that they put up, like all the ways that they try to obstruct my ability to be able to obtain finances to maintain my life. And then now the people who's supposed to help me don't want to help me. And I'm reaching out in all these different directions and nobody ain't helping me. And I'm like, well, damn. And I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, ain't nobody helping. Nobody don't want to help. My mama don't want to help. Kareem don't want to help. Tequila don't want to help. Nobody wants to help. Hopper organization, Saint, what the fuck is that shit called? Goddamn. What the fuck is that shit called? Whatever that shit is, the Hopper organizations, whatever that shit called. And you know, everybody acting funny. The landlord is acting funny. And I'm like, why is all of a sudden I'm having so many issues when I didn't have this many issues when I first contracted this shit? It was not until a year later, well, damn near 2 years later. Now I'm having all these issues. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck? You know, I'm just trying to tough it out, man. So now, even though I started the business in June, I was still working, so I wasn't really like full-fledged focused on the business. Now my hours done got cut so low, I ain't working. I just said, fuck it, turn my 2 weeks notice in. My car keep breaking down. They don't want to fix it. Everything going wrong, right? Everybody in cahoots together to try to fuck Jessica, right? So I just said, fuck it. Fuck it. I've done enough. For the past 10 years, I had done paid and took care of everybody's shit. So, shit, I'm finna put my 2 weeks notice in. I'm finna take some time for me. Because I didn't do that. Even when I was diagnosed, I didn't take the time to actually acknowledge what I had just been told. Like, I never really took the time. And, you know, dealing with all of the discrimination and all of the negative comments from people who didn't even know me, people who actually liked me as a phlebotomist, people who would request for me to stick them, now is talking about me. They know about my HIV positive status before I know. Everybody, it's a joke. Not to mention the same fucking night I find out the bitch who stuck me with the needle throws a party. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch threw a party like she was celebrating that shit. And then this bitch Tequila keep talking about, oh, she just keep bringing up HIV. How can you not know that they knew? How could you not be aware that they was talking about your shit before you even knew about it? Y'all literally told on yourselves. Y'all was so gleeful about y'all vindictiveness that y'all hadn't told on yourselves, which means y'all probably done did this shit before. Literally. Y'all have ruined people's lives for sport. And I was just another victim. I was just another motherfucker, expendable casualty. An expendable casualty. That's all I was. Y'all was plotting and planning for me to be in that grave. And because I went and I got in that fucking contest, and I was actually doing good in that contest, and then I got in another contest, and then I started making my product, and then I went and actually started my LLC. Y'all had to send somebody in. So, cue the Nigerian nigga, right? But he wasn't the culprit. He was just the investigator. He was collecting data for Ascension Watson to come in. Because Ascension was supposed to be the motherfucker that was going to off me, right? He was supposed to be the assassin, the hitman, right? You was going to get me in Africa and kill me, huh? Or you was going to get me in Africa and put me in the sex traffic, huh? Yeah. And the way I was able to even put all this shit together, because it was like, I'm going through the pictures, and each month, this happens. Then the next thing you know, the next month, that happens. Then the next thing you know, the next month, this happens. Like, literally, I got into the fucking contest. 2 weeks later, Nigerian nigga hits me up on social media. And then he made the statement that they gave him my name. Who the fuck gave you my name? He tried to play it off like, oh, his ancestors gave it to him. Really, nigga? Then they sent another motherfucking Nigerian nigga in. Because, you know, I'm starting to see through his little holes and shit and realize that this nigga is using my motherfucking picture. And I'm just a motherfucking mark. Even though, yeah, he done helped me face some shit that I wasn't facing before, he still think I'm a mark. He's still using my picture and get money out of people, right? And I'm not getting no cut. So all of this is to keep me distracted. Now, he'll go with the eviction shit. Now, whole time, I had to been telling my mama and Kareem, like, man, y'all gonna have to step up. Y'all gonna have to step up. Nobody's listening to Jessica. Nobody don't give a fuck about what Jessica said. They looking at me like, every time I say something. But when it was my wallet that was footing the bill, y'all was hanging on every goddamn word that was coming out my mouth. So, as I'm noticing all of this, and, you know, I end up doing some Bigo shit. Like, I was on that shit Bigo. And then, you know, that's where I really, really started to, you know, shout out to Jeremiah, man. Mr. Jeremiah, I appreciate you, too. Even though I ain't talked to you in a while. You know, I do love you, and I appreciate you. You know, even Kima, you know what I'm saying? Like they was on there talking, they had a live, and the spirit just jumped in me and was like, man, just let that shit go, dog. And I just let it go. Like, I'm HIV positive, boom, 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 boom. You know, and besides the Nigerian nigga, that was like the only motherfucker that I had really been honest with outside of, you know, my circle. Like, you know, my immediate circle. Like, I really was just like, shit, I'm non-detectable, unreactive, so I wasn't really like, you know, but the pain and the hurt and the way that them people did me was still there. It was still there. And, you know, just by opening up and allowing myself to trust someone enough to speak my truth, it was healing. So I was doing the Bigo shit, and, you know, a bitch hacked my account because I was starting to actually get a lot of followers and shit, and I was getting, like, money from it. Bitch hacked my account. Then next thing you know, my phone just went completely black, and, like, I lost a lot of, like, my shit that was on my cloud, and just a lot of shit I lost. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, I had some of that shit backed up on my Google Drive. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, me and the Nigerian nigga, he, like, we kind of, like, fading, like, out of each other's, like, lives and shit. Like, we don't talk as much. You know, and like I said, I know he using my picture to bait motherfuckers and to get money out of people. So, boom, here come another Nigerian nigga. He with the same bullshit. So I check him. Boom, here come another motherfucking Nigerian nigga. Now, the nigga, I think he was Yoruba. He was kind of cool, but I'm not in a place for love. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I had to realize at that time. I wasn't in a place for love. Now, boom. I make it through 2022, and I'm getting evicted 2023. January 2023, I'm getting evicted. Well, because I'm getting evicted January of 2023, I started filing claims with HUD. I started filing claims with, you know, civil rights office. I went to calling people and emailing every goddamn body I could ever think of. Anybody who emailed I could find on anything, I was emailing their ass about it. I didn't give a fuck. I don't care if your email, I don't give a fuck if you was just writing children's books. If I sent your email, I was sending your ass my story. I didn't need no money from nobody. I wasn't asking nobody for money. I was asking the organizations who claim and, you know, promote that they help people in my situation for money to help me find a place, to help me to get my stability. But I was not asking anyone personal. Like, how am I going to ask somebody who's in the same struggle that I'm in for money? You see what I'm saying? So I really just was trying to get people to spread the word. That's all I have not been looking for y'all sympathy. I just want y'all to spread the word, spread awareness. This is what they're doing in this state. You know what I'm saying? And in the midst of all of this, as I'm filing all these claims, you know, and I'm getting evicted, and I'm trying to go through my shit and, you know, consolidate shit. Like I said, I went to going through my chest full of paperwork. That's when I came across the fucking paper. That's when I came across the paper. You know, when I initially got my results back in 2020, I just seen negative, and I was like, all right, and threw that shit in the chest with all my other documents, right? Now I'm getting kicked out 2 years later. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at these documents, and I'm seeing these dates correlating with other dates that they shouldn't be correlating. It shouldn't be these is coincidence that shouldn't even exist. So I'm calling people, I'm calling the medical malpractice people. I'm talking to them on the phone. I'm telling the lady what's going on. Telling her, initially, I thought the dude gave it to me. I said, I also had got stuck at work, and then I thought maybe that was what it was, but they wouldn't even do no investigation. I said, but then 2 years later, I done came across this paperwork. I'm explaining everything to this woman just like I'm explaining it on here. That woman told me on the phone, I'm going to send you, she said, what's your email? She said, I'm going to send you the form to file a claim for medical malpractice. She said, because just the mere fact that the rapid test result that they gave you has Rick Scott as the governor, just that alone is cause for suspicion. Because, as I stated before, medical facilities are held to a higher standard They cannot give you paper with inaccurate data on it. They have to scratch that shit out, put their initials, put the date, put the time, and the reason why they scratch it out are either the proper fucking information. And you can check that, bitch. That's law. So now I'm just like, okay. Now I'm like, fuck it. I mean, you know, I've already tried to fight this fight once, initially, when I claimed that they was violating my HIPAA rights. When I filed for my FMLA, I was already fighting this fight. And I already had them lost. And they wanted me to leave it there. So they piled all this other shit up on top of me so that I would not have the time or the capacity to even focus on fighting this fight. But see, I keep telling y'all one thing about me. When my back is up against the wall, bitch, I boot up and suit up. Because that's the only way I know to get out of it. You got to scrap your way out, bitch. My back been against the wall my whole life. I don't know no other way. Y'all should have did y'all research on my character before y'all decided to pull this shit. Y'all should did y'all research on the God that I serve. The most high. The most mighty. The most amazing. The most gracious. My Abba, nigga. Fuck you mean? I wasn't even looking for that evidence. And it just came to me. And that lady told me slap dab on the phone just that one thing. And it's a hell of a whole lot of goddamn errors in that paperwork. But just that one error alone is reason for suspicion. One error. Now, how is it that as soon as I start filing claims, I filed a claim and started sending out my story, emailing my story around the world. I was doing the shit in December. I was doing the shit in November. But I really went ham once I got that eviction notice because I was like, I've been trying to reach out to people for all these months. Ain't nobody contacting me. Everybody giving me the runaround, redirecting me. Bitches didn't even start blocking me from even being able to send them emails. You hear me? I mean, when you have kept quiet about what happened to you and you just try to keep going on with your life and then they won't let you. And your employer has exposed your HIV positive status to your coworkers and the donors that, you know, frequent the facility. So everybody know, and the people who they know, and the people who know the people that they know. Because everybody in Jacksonville related, right? We all cousins, baby. We all family. So everybody know everybody, and everybody is talking about my HIV positive status, but won't nobody say shit in my face. Everybody, and I can see it on their face. As soon as I step on the scene, I can see it on their face like, do she know we know? Yes, I know you know, bitch. Scare ass. Now, in the midst of all of this, I'm maintaining and I'm doing the best that I can, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to keep a positive outlook. I really don't know where we gonna move. Me and my mama ended up moving into a hotel room. And, you know, I didn't know what was gonna happen after that. I didn't know if anybody was ever gonna contact us to help us. I didn't know how long we was gonna be in that hotel. I was waiting on income taxes and I was waiting on motherfucking money from unemployment claim that I finally did get to file because I had to go through some shit because a bitch had been used and tried to file unemployment in my name. So I had to go through some things. So I'm waiting on the money from the manufacturer for the Kia lawsuit. They taking their time. My payments getting behind. I asked them, I said, well, can y'all at least just deduct what I owe for the car payments out of what y'all finna pay me and just, you know, so that way my car won't get repossessed. They repossessed my car and then issued the payment. They actually didn't even issue that payment until after we moved into this house. You see what I'm saying? But y'all did everything y'all did. And I ate that shit. And I just was like, you know what? I really just put myself in a mind state of, bitch, I'm Job. I'm Job. They're going to take everything. So I willingly gave that shit up. I didn't even fight for it. When I ended up getting my money, I didn't even try to go get that car back. I was like, man, fuck that car. I don't need no car payment because I really don't have no job. And I have to make this money, this income taxes, this back pay on motherfucking unemployment, and this goddamn money from this motherfucking car lawsuit. I have to make this shit stretch as long as I can make it stretch. So I wasn't really tripping. Take the car, I don't give a fuck. Take the house, I don't give a fuck. Take it all. You can have it. Take it. It's just one less headache, right? So, as I stated, January I filed the suit. By February, enters Ascension Watson. Each month, they would formulate a plan, hoping that that plan would be, the intention for that plan would be fulfilled by the end of the moon, right? New moon, y'all make the plan. Full moon, y'all expect the plan to actually be done took effect, right? And y'all do this every month, right? So boom, now he'll go Ascension. Now he come in. Each month it was something different. Okay? Boom. This is February. March, I move into the hotel. Me and my mom move into the hotel. We move all our shit. He talking all this good shit on me. He sending me gifts. He buying me gifts. He giving me money. He making sure I'm straight. He making sure I got everything I need, right? Okay, boom. Fucking May comes. What it is? No, March, April. April come. You know what I'm saying? When April get there, you know what I'm saying? It's like they doing all this shit. I'm trying to get my footing again. I'm getting in contact with organizations that's actually trying to help now. You know what I'm saying? By way of my mama, you know, being a veteran, you know, organizations say, oh, well, we'll pay for y'all down payment, y'all deposit in the first 3 months worth of rent on y'all place. We actually got a place. They even located the place. They found this place. I didn't find it. Now, in the midst of all this, Mr. Watson wanted me to come to Seattle. I was initially supposed to go to Seattle in April, but he pushed it back. It just so happens that he pushed it back far enough for me to be able to get and acquire this house through that organization, right? Okay. So boom, soon as I secure the house, even though they're doing it for my mom, I'm the one doing all the footwork. I'm the one who come to the house, look at everything, take pictures of everything, show it to my mama. Do you like it? Is it okay? Do you think we should just take it? I'm the one emailing everybody. I'm doing all the phone calls. I'm doing all of the legwork. So when we secure the house, they give us a lease. It got my mama name and my name on it. Mr. Watson, you weren't even in the picture at that point. I leave my mom at the hotel, go to Seattle to meet up with you, right? May, right? So May comes along, you know, I go to Seattle. By the time I get to Seattle, I spend like a week or so in Seattle, and then, you know, everything falls through for my mom to move into the house. So I already knew that it was going to happen like that. So I hadn't already planned and prepared and made sure that all the real big items and, you know, I basically consolidated and made sure that everything was at the storage unit. And she didn't have that much to carry with her when she needed to move out of the hotel into the house while I was gone. I didn't want her to have nothing but like a few bags or so, because I didn't want her to have to worry about how she was going to get all that shit to the new place. So everything was taken care of, right? So boom. I'm in Seattle, you know what I'm saying? And everything good, everything cool, everything good. You know, and then towards the end of the trip, you know, shit red flags start popping up here and there. And I was just like, man, everybody got issues. I got issues. I just was overlooking shit. Honestly, I'm so fucked up. Dog, I'm so fucked up. Like, I am so fucked up. To where when I see other people that's damaged, like I'm damaged, I accept them at face value because I know what it's like to be damaged like that and to still have to function. And not that, you know, nobody will make excuses for your damaged state. They just still expect you to produce. So you can't make excuses for your damaged state. You just got to produce. So when I seen Mr. Watson in the state that he was in, I was like, okay, I got my own demons I'm fighting. I'm not finna drag him by his demons. I'm just gonna try to accept them and help him move past them. And hopefully he'll help me move past mine, right? That's what marriage is about, right? That's what any relationship about. That's even in business. You have to accept your employees as who they are. And instead of being caught up in their personal characteristics, you have to focus on their work characteristics. Like, are they a good worker? Do they do their job? Do they show up on time? Fuck what they going through in their personal life. Do they show up on time? Is they courteous? Do they come in here and bring their personal life in here? Or do they come in here and they do their job and they leave that personal shit out the door and they pick it back up when they go home? You see what I'm saying? That's what you, so in the midst of everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm overlooking the red flags and I'm trying to communicate, you know, my concerns in a way that is beneficial for both of us. So he can see, you know, you don't got to treat me like whatever you're used to dealing with, because I'm not whatever you're used to dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I am damaged, but I'm aware of my damaged state and I am consciously making efforts to alter that, to heal that. And I want to help you do the same. And I hope that you want to help me do the same, right? Okay, boom. So, long story short, the trip ends. It's time for me to come back. When I come back, I kind of got to get my shit together and, you know, just you kind of set up some shit. I got to set up the bed, you know, kind of just get familiar with the house and shit because I'm preparing for him to come here. I left him in Seattle. He's supposed to be going to his storage unit and getting everything taken care of. Well, he ended up going to the storage unit. It's a whole big ass issue with everything. He can't, like, it was just a whole issue. So, you know, he's frustrated. I am trying to calm him down and, you know, be supportive and help him. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll figure it out. I then, you know, get on my phone and start, you know, setting up for a U-box. So that way, all they would have to do is load the U-box. And then they will basically ship all of his stuff here for him. He don't have to worry about trying to drive a truck all the way from Seattle to here with his belongings. So I'm doing all of this. He done sent me his car information. I'm doing everything he telling me to do. He even tells me, book him a flight. I book the flight. I do everything that need to be done. I take care of everything he telling me to take care of. Secretary, right? Secretary of the motherfucking year. I don't down him or degrade him for him not being able to do it on his own. I don't do any of that. You done been around the world, all to Africa, and you love to boast about it. That you've seen more than I even know exists, right? Because I'm just a small country girl, small town girl, living in the uptown world, huh? Right. How much did Mr. David Roby pay you? Hmm? How are all of y'all connected? Is all of y'all part of this Masonic Lodge? I mean, Mr. Watson, I know your daddy drive trucks. And if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't he have to be a Mason also? I mean, I'm not really sure because I don't really know your daddy like that. But I just, you know, just some questions. You know, how do y'all know each other? And I checked you on this shit when I first started talking to you. I told you. I don't know if I told you. I told you. I even sent you pictures to prove what I was saying about the shit that Nigerian boy was doing. You sent me pictures to prove you ain't had nothing. You sent me pictures of some woman from Nigeria Probably the root lady that you got doing root work on me. Just like I sat there and watched that Nigerian boy do spell work trying to motherfucking attack me. I watched him do it. He just sitting in my face line, oh yeah, I'm trying to protect you. I knew you was trying to attack me. My spirit team don't fuck off. I just don't say shit. I just act naive. Because it don't matter. When I say something and I acknowledge that I know what you're doing, you motherfuckers will double down with the lies. So I just learned to just not even, fuck it, just let them think they're getting away with it. And you know, sometimes that's to my own detriment. But most cases, it saves me the energy from getting into arguments and going back and forth because I know you're not going to honestly admit that you're lying. So I just act naive. I just act like I don't see it. I act like I don't hear it. I act like this. Now, like I said, I set up everything for him to move, all for the stuff to get moved to. I set up the U-box, the storage. All he got to do is pack the box. Because it was so many issues when he was attempting to get his belongings from Seattle to Jacksonville. I took over that shit. Ordered the U-box. Told him what he needed to do. Gave him the motherfucking confirmation number. He gave me his credit card. He said, put this in do this, do that, do that. He is telling me he's giving me the authority to use his card to do what needs to be done. Right? Okay, now boom. You make it here. That's the end of May. You make it here. Right? We here, everything was good. Like, I was happy you was here. I was happy that you was, helping. I was happy. You was even happy. And then you started with the bullshit. I think you start ignoring me. I would walk past you and I would say something, and you would throw up a gang sign and crip walk off on me like a child. Then you would walk into the kitchen and talk and hold a full conversation with my mom. I come to you, I tell you the rent due, and you go behind my back and ask my mama how much the rent is. And then you give her money. And then she slap your head. She tell you what the rent is, but she don't tell you that the people was already supposed to pay half of that this month. So that's not really what's due. She take the whole thing from you. Because you decided to go behind my back and try and build this repertoire with my mom. Or repart, whatever the fuck. You try to build this motherfucking relationship, this underhanded ass, sneaky conniving ass bullshit with my mama. So when she slap your head, I tell you. I say, look, I don't know what you and my mama got going on. And I say, and you is acting real funny with me. But my mama just slapped your head. You got mad at me about it. I remember the last day we actually was on good standing. We sat on the living room and laid on a couch and cuddled up with each other for the whole fucking day, dog. And the very next day you got up and started showing your ass. You didn't waste no time. I'm looking at the dates, bro. We got married on June 8th. By the 15th of June, you was showing your ass. I would literally say things to you and you would walk past me and make the Mick crazy face. I was honestly trying to open up to you. And then I made the statement. I say you should deal with this relationship like it's a business. You took that as me trying to be a gold digger, but I never asked you for anything. All of the outfits that I bought to come to Seattle, I paid for. It was times where I bought dinner. It was times where I paid for the Uber. It was times when I paid for the room. I wasn't trying to take shit from you. I was trying to build with you. You put a brick in, I put a brick in. That's how the shit get done, right? But you thought I was trying to take all your bricks. Give a fuck about your bricks. I have my own. I know how to make bricks. See what I'm saying? You covered in bricks that you stole, but I know how to make them. When you get down to the bottom of your brick pile, you is trying to formulate plans on how you gonna make, where your next victim gonna be at, so you can get some more bricks. When I get down to the bottom of my brick pile, I'm over here mixing up my motherfucking concrete because I know how to make bricks. Stupid. But I was just a small town girl, small town country girl, and you done seen the whole world. You done been around the world, right? But you couldn't even get your belongings from Seattle to Florida without me. Couldn't even get your own plane ticket. You had the money for it, but I had to purchase it for you, huh? I had to do all the legwork, right? Then when I told you you should look at it like a business, and I explained to you what I was saying because I seen that you took it the wrong way. I explained to you what I was saying. When you go to work, you put your best face forward. You don't go into your job with your ass on your shoulders. You go into work, you try to keep a smile on your face. You focus on doing your due diligence, getting your tasks done, and wrapping everything up and cleaning everything up and leaving it all nice and neat for the next shift. You prepare the next shift when they walk in. Okay, this. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I meant. Like you put your best face forward. When I said you should look at this relationship like a business, I meant when you look at things as a business, you have more respect for it. You push your feelings to the side. You don't take things personal. You know that your effort is going to get you your reward. But when people enter into relationships, they forget my effort is going to give me my reward. I can't take nothing personal because we're all conditioned in this world. I'm going to put my best face forward, even though I might be a little paranoid and I might be a little fretful and I might have a little bit of trust issues. I am going to consciously show up on time, clock in with a smile on my face, and not let the shit get to me. So when I clock out, I'm not going to take that shit home. You see what I mean? But you went and got on the phone with your daddy and went to bad-mouthing me to your whole entire fucking family, right? Oh, she talking about, oh, just treat this relationship like it's a business. I know what you did. And I know how you tried to make me look. Because that's the bitch that you're used to. You're used to gold diggers. I literally sat in this motherfucker house and took your shit and didn't say nothing. I watched you flirt with my mama. I watched you flirt with the hoes on this block. You even came in my house smelling like ass and pussy. Laid in my bed as if you had done bought it. While I slept on a fucking chase. And I was comfortable on that chase. And you couldn't stand that. You could not stand the mere fact that you was doing everything in your power to try to make me hate myself. Make me bargain myself for your affection. Break up the relationship that me and my mama had. You want, oh, everything in her belonged to your mama. She get all in her ego. Oh yeah, this my house, Nah, that. Boy, you could play with small-minded people, but you can't play with me. I saw what you was doing. I saw when my mom, when I bought a dress and that dress didn't really fit me, and I said, oh, I'm gonna just give it to my mama. And I told her to put it on, and I told her to come show me. And we was out there in the living room, and she came out there, and you seen her in that dress, and you was, oh, your mama look good. I knew then. And you didn't waste no time. You didn't even wait 30 full fucking days. You didn't even wait 30 full fucking days before you started flirting with my mother in my face. All the driving lessons where y'all would go and y'all would be gone for hours and shit. I mean, I really had to genuinely step to my mama and ask her, like, whose side is you on? What the fuck? Because you act like you with this nigga. But see, my mama know me. So she know when I said that, she was like, oh shit, bitch, I gotta tighten up. She knew what it was. She knew what it was. And she acted accordingly. Bitch, hold up. Hold up, goddamn it. We all we got in this bitch, man. Can't no nigga come in between me and my motherfucking daughter. Yeah. Yeah. Then you started with the bitch next door. Yeah. Then you gonna come in my house and tell me about some bitch down the street seen you and came up to you and was talking to you and telling you how she liked your swag. Bitch, hold up. First of all, let me tell you something. One thing I know and 10 things for sure. Ain't no nigga finna come in my face and hold no conversation with me about how he liked my swag. And I'm with somebody, I'm married, and I'm just gonna indulge in this conversation and let this motherfucker stroke my ego. You're an attention whore. That's the only way that you feel secure about you is if everybody is paying attention to you. And you thought I was just like you. You thought that if you starved me for attention, if you starved me for conversation, if you starved me for finances, if you starved me for everything and anything, that I would fold, right? Beg you to just even look at me. But them tables turned, didn't they? In the end, you was begging me to look at you. Oh, what a tangle web we weave when first we practice to deceive. You came in this house, you hid my medications. Even when you was pulling, 5 days straight, Ascension, you was outside burning a fire, knowing that the AC wasn't working. The AC 5 feet away from the place where you was burning a fire at. So it's pulling in all that heat and blowing it through the house. Now, I know I'm just a small town country girl. And I shouldn't be able to wrap my brain around those things. I know. I should just be worried about looking pretty for you, right? But even when I did that, and I wasn't stressing, and I was doing everything that needed to be done, holding you, listening to you, appreciating you, considering your feelings, honoring my vows, honoring the commitment that I made. You was too busy trying to hold on to your player ways or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. Like, I can't even understand it, dog. Like, I swear you came in this bitch. You was a grown-ass man when I was talking to you on that phone, but when you got here, you turned into a little-ass kid. You went to doing childish-ass shit. I don't know why boys believe that if they hit a girl, she is going to then pay attention to them. No. She's not. Not this girl. So, as the title stated, you believed wholeheartedly that you were digging that grave for me. But you never even considered getting authorization from the Reaper. Eshu, Elegba, the Reaper, the Undertaker. You see what I'm saying? He really tricked you. And I appreciate him for that. And I want y'all to know one thing. Before any of this shit started, even before the HIV, Way back, I think it was August of 2020, SU came to me. Unbelievable, ain't it? He summoned me. And we came to an agreement. He was going to clear the roads for me. He knew y'all was trying to bury me. He said he wasn't going to allow it. He said that the grave that you all thought that you were digging for me was going to be for you all. So, you know, make sure that you're taking the appropriate measures. You know, get your shit together. Get your ceremony paid for. You know, buy your plot. Pick out your box. Pick out your suit. Tell them how you want your hair laid. Take a picture of how you want to look for them so they have reference. Because I'm not going to be in that box. You will. Mr. Watson, Tequila, Kareem, Mother, Father, Auntie, Cousin, Boss, Mr. Roby, Miss Nikki, the phlebotomist Nikki. Oh, and your sidekick, Steph. Do dessert got something to do with it too? Tequila, do your daddy got something to do with this? Is that the reason why y'all sent that man from the diet alert to try to act like he wanted to be my he wanted to give me some employment? All y'all Masons, right? All of y'all got something to do with that Masonic Lodge, right? Mm-hmm. I know y'all ain't think I was ever gonna be able to put two and two together. I know it, but that's neither here nor there. The whole gist of this message is to just make it like aware, like it's literally a timeline. I noticed that it's certain events that took place in the months of June, July, August, every year since my cousin passed. Even his death was in June, July, or August or something like that, right? Yeah. And at the end of the year, I noticed that y'all do a lot of withholding of resources. So what I had started doing, because I was consciously aware of the rhythm, I would, instead of using all my money during the summertime, going out and hanging out and partying and doing this and doing all of that during the summer, I would stack my money during the summertime to prepare for y'all withholding resources during the wintertime. I've been doing this for years. I have. That's how I've been making it. That's how I've been surviving. I know what y'all do. See, in the summertime, it's a lot more money going around, right? And at the same time, while it's a lot more money going around, it's a lot more shit happening to drain you of that money. That's why I sit my ass down during the summertime. You don't see me all out and about, hanging out, doing this, doing that, trying to be on this scene, trying to be on. You don't see me doing all of that shit during the summertime because I learned stack that money for the winter. Because during the winter, they're going to try to start guarding resources, and resources will be limited. So save the resources that you get during the summertime instead of squandering them for just the party. Save them. So when the wintertime get here and they start guarding those resources and they start, you know, blocking off your motherfucking access to have certain shit, you already have prepared during the summertime for the winter. I mean, ain't that what the animals do? Like, who the fuck? I don't know. Sometimes I think this shit that I know is so basic and like elementary that I don't understand how y'all don't even consider it. Like y'all making shit too complicated. Y'all, I seen a motherfucking movie was like, they was like, make a plan. And it was with Jennifer Lopez, and her and the dude was getting married, and they ended up getting married in some type of Asian country or some shit. And like some pirates came and tried to basically rob them at the wedding and shit. Well, come to find out, it was her ex-boyfriend who was at the wedding, who was cool with her daddy that had done set the whole thing up. But in the midst of everything, you know, they was trying to hide from and, you know, throw off the pirates. So J-Lo would tell the guy that she was supposed to be marrying that day, like, make a plan. And then he would come up with a plan, and she would say, it's too many steps. It's too many steps. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. It's too many steps. The best plan is the simplest plan. If it's too many steps in your plan, there are too many motherfucking points for error. It's too many points that could be open for error. You need to make it as simple as possible, sweetie. But y'all doing so much shit to call. Y'all done added so many people into this mix. And before any of this shit happened, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I went over to my auntie house and I was telling her that I was trying to get a job. And I don't know how that went. But we went on something about some back surgery you had or some shit, auntie. And me and my mama came over there and I was like, yo, boy, I need me a job. And then I fucked around and got a job. And then I think that's right before I became a phlebotomist at Art Former Plasma. See, I know all this shit adds up. I'm just hoping that, you know, with my abilities to connect the dots, that the detectives will find the evidence they need to, you know, solidify the tips that I'm giving. I'm going to say this one more time. I really don't care if y'all got to put me in jail. I don't. It's got to be better than this hellhole. I mean, what, I'm going to lose a bunch of clothes? Maybe when I come back, the prostitutes will actually have some class. You know? I learned a long time ago, don't do the crime if you ain't prepared to do the time. And y'all shouldn't have dug that grave if y'all weren't prepared to lay in it. And you should have made sure that you got authorization from the right person, the appropriate energies. Because regardless of whether you believe it or not, Eshu is coming for you. Elegba is coming for you. The Reaper is coming for you. It's Scorpio season, right? You could either transform willingly or get turned into fertilizer. Because one way or the other, that shit gotta die off. It gotta die off. So, I hope you pick out the best box you can find. Because you the one gonna be laying in it. And with that being said, I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna just, you know, keep it pimping. Y'all be good to yourselves. Y'all be good to others. And remember, it don't take nothing to hit that subscribe or that thumbs up button. And shit, don't be shy. Share it with a motherfucker.